Where did this money come from? It didn't come out of thin air.
More than £1 million of unexplained transactions going into post office profit at the height of the Horizon scandal.
These were large amounts being taken to the credit of the profit and loss account without proper investigation.
Leaked documents given to Sky News show unaccounted for money between 2007 and 2010, raising questions: did some of this come from sub-postmasters' pockets, wrongly forced to pay shortfalls in their branches?
We just don't know because of the lack of granularity. But Post Office was not printing money; it was accumulating funds in its suspense account. Those funds belonged to somebody, either to third-party clients or to sub-postmasters. And part of the work that Ron Warmington and I were doing in 2015 was drilling into that. We were starting to make progress, but that was when we were sacked.
Ian Henderson's from Second Sight, the independent forensic accountants brought in to investigate the scandal a decade ago.
I can see from this letter here, which is dated 13th of February, and it's from Alistair Cameron, Chief Financial Officer for Post Office.
In this letter, Post Office admits transactions are not always clear and cannot be traced.
At best, this is the Post Office mismanaging its finances. Usually, well-run organisations like banks clear their suspense accounts over a few days, not months or years. But at worst, this may be money from sub-postmasters who personally made up shortfalls, ending up in Post Office profits.
It's my money. They deduct it from my salary. I mean, we're talking about £2 or £20,000.
Meanwhile, Seema Misra, wrongly convicted by Post Office and jailed whilst pregnant, still hasn't had her money back.
They took the money and they used that money, which wasn't. It's my money. If I put that in the saving account or something, I would have got the interest back on it. It's like terrible. They're playing not just people's money, people's emotions.
Second Sight say they were sacked by Post Office after asking questions about accounts. Now, new tapes of secret recordings given to Sky News may mark where the relationship began to go wrong.
Either, we have unfettered discretion and authorisation to talk to MPs, or we haven't. At the moment, the way the document is drafted, we are prevented from doing that. That's the issue.
Yes.
In a meeting in 2014, Second Sight colleagues Ron Warmington and Ian Henderson are speaking with a lawyer and a senior figure brought in by Post Office, concerned they're being blocked from talking to MPs.
My point is, we should not be gagging either the applicant or Second Sight in being able to respond, fully and frankly to MPs who, frankly, sort of set this whole process in motion.
The Post Office representative replies saying they're not trying to gag anybody.
If later it emerges that a document has effectively gagged Second Sight in its dealings with the MPs, and they later find out about it, it's not going to be Second Sight they're particularly annoyed with, it's going to be Post Office.
The Post Office representative says they think that's something the Post Office will have to deal with if it arises. Post Office, meanwhile, say the public inquiry with the power to question under oath is the best forum to examine the issues. But at the same time these tapes were recorded, sub-postmasters were still being wrongly prosecuted. Another revelation and more undoubtedly to come. Adele Robinson, Sky News.